Now, in the previous video, we mentioned how to set up options that you would create for different model numbers. And in this video, we're going to show you how to actually use them. Now, I'm on a purchase order right now, but it really doesn't matter if I'm here or over on the invoice doing this. Either one of them are going to let me set the options the same way. Now, there is one thing that you cannot do, and that is set options on an existing unit. If you want to do that, you're gonna, and the unit is actually attached to a purchase order, you're gonna have to go to the purchase order to change the options on the unit, because like I'd mentioned in the previous video, these options are specifically tied to cost elements, part numbers, that kind of thing. So when you add and remove options on the unit, it's going to actually change the cost on the purchase order based on what you've selected. So as an example, I've added a Kubota tractor onto this purchase order, and it has its base price of $10,569.78. But if I go in here and actually select to add options to it, so I select the option, and again, it's the same icon no matter which option method you're using in Lizzy. But in this case, I want to edit and save the options. So we're going to edit the options on this particular unit. Now, you'll notice that I want to add a diesel engine, for example. I want to make it a manual clutch, and I also want a 42-inch bucket. But you'll notice the 42-inch bucket actually has options under it. So I'm going to add the bucket, but then I'm also going to come in and select the size teeth, or what. And this is all made up stuff, so I'm sure some of you are having an entertaining moment. But the point is that all I'm doing is taking the options that we set up earlier for this particular model or this particular series of units. I'm selecting which ones of those options I want to have on this purchase order or on the deal when we go to quote the deal out for a customer. And then the system, when we close, you'll notice that we've got that $10,000 price over here. When we close this, it actually recalculates the cost based on the options that we just added to that particular unit. And now if we come back over here and select this options box, you can actually see the things that you actually chose when you were going through and selecting those. And you can edit this and say that we decide we actually want to get the 6-inch. We can actually change this. You'll see the price changes, and then the options that we selected here change. So again, it doesn't matter if I'm doing this from an invoice or a purchase order. It works exactly the same way on both places. The setup options, you're going to actually do that through the serialized section or through the model number section. So you set the options up, and then you choose the options that you want to apply to that particular unit via this process that we just showed you.